Hi everyone, so I'm doing another review of a Maker Studio prop part, and this time it's the Vintage Accurate beer tab. So in the packet you get a business card and you get the tab with its washer and its screw. Just zoom in here for you. There you go. It comes taped together so you don't lose any bits. So the beer tab. So this is a Vintage Accurate beer tab, so it's got a kind of a matte finish. It's not shiny, and it's obviously not got that silly ridge step that a 2.0 beer tab has. I was really hoping that the little washer that comes with it would be usable with my 2.0, because as you'll know, if you've got a 2.0, the washer is oversized, and it's really difficult to source the smaller ones. Now here's the here's the washer. I'll try and zoom in so you can see this. Now it's very thin, which is nice, not like the 2.0 one, which is fat and horrible. But the inner diameter of this is bigger than the inner diameter of the one that comes with the 2.0. So if you put a 2.0 screw in here, it'll rattle around, because the 2.0 screw is thinner than the inner diameter of this washer. Now that's not such a big deal, because you could get it all lined up and then you could just screw the washer down onto it, tighten it in, and it wouldn't move. However, and I'm going to show you my 2.0 here to demonstrate the issue. On the 2.0, you can see here mine is modified. Here I'm using a KR Savers beer tab, and I'm using my standard 2.0 screw, and then this here, that's my 2.0 washer, but I've ground it down to be thinner. But the screw will not screw down into the blade holder any further than this. Okay, the threading doesn't go all the way up the screw, so that is the maximum you can thread the thing down. Now the Maker Studio Prop Vintage Accurate washer, if I put that here for you, is thinner than the amount the 2.0 will screw down. So that screw here will not screw down and hold that washer tightly against the outer shell of the 2.0. The screw won't go down far enough, which is a real shame, because it means this lovely washer from Maker Studio Prop cannot be used for a 2.0 unless you start doing some serious modding. It can't be used, which is a pity, so I'll put that to one side. And because the washer can't be used, you can't use the, it's so fiddly to show you, because the washer can't be used, you can't use this. Now this is to rivet it. So to install this, if you were going to, you'd have to take the blade holder and everything out, and you'd have to put this through and then put it in like this, and then punch it from that side. And I'm not getting into that with my 2.0 anyway. So I put the washer and the little rivet to one side, and I'm just going to focus on the beer tab. So let's remove what I've already got installed on my 2.0. So I'm going to start by unscrewing my red button. Now this is not a 2.0 button. This is a Graflex, the Graflex shop replica button, which means I can unscrew it and pop it out like that. The difference is the 2.0 has a kind of a covered section here, so that it won't just lift off the button. You just can't do that with a 2.0, but that's so here's my button. I'm just gonna give this a bit of a wiggle just to get the screw loosened. There we go, that's going now. Okay. Okay. So there's my 2.0 screw. I'll just zoom in and you'll see what I mean. Just hold it in the pliers. So because this screw isn't threaded all the way up to the top, then once this unthreaded part here meets the blade holder, it obviously won't go down any further. So that's why you can only have a minimum thickness for your washer. Any thinner, the screw won't go down any further and your washer just rattles around in the negative space. If this thread went all the way up, it'd be fine. You could put whatever you wanted in there, but it doesn't, unfortunately. So I can set that to one side. I'm going to lift my KR Sabres flat beer tab off, which is shiny. And apparently they're not supposed to be. I've never had a vintage, so I don't know, but they're supposed to be matte. So then I'm going to take my Makeup Prop Studio beer tab, here it is. I'll just hold it up next to the KR one so you can see. I think size wise they're identical, it's just the finish. So let's pop this in here. Oh, while I'm here actually, that's my 2.0 washer, and I ground that down, and all I did to grind it down, come on, focus, all I did to grind it down was I just rubbed it against some sandpaper, kind of pressed it against the sandpaper with my finger and just rubbed it until it got thinner. Okay, so let's pop the beer tab on here, like so. And let's get my 2.0 screw. There we go. Let's start tightening that up. There we go. Just my washer isn't completely flat, so I like to line it up like that. There we go. And now all there is to do is take my Graflex shop button, slide it down, get it lined up. It's always a pain threading these parts in because the beer tab has to be threaded on like to the button as well, and getting that lined up along with then threading it into the body of the 2.0 can be a bit tricky. Okay, so there you go, look, you can see the the beer tab is on the thread. Spread the light a bit. There you go, the beer tab is on the thread, and now I just need to get it threading into the 2.0. Which it doesn't always want to do. There you go, got it. There we are. Graflex 2.0 with vintage accurate Maker Prop Studio beer tab.